check.
Hello, hello.
Palos.
Bawat team na naririto, salamat po sa pagpapaundak na sumali kayo sa first season po ng FEBL. Salamat po sa pagtitiwala nyo. Pinapangako namin, lalo pa namin pagagandahin po ang ligang ito hanggang matapos po.
Gives it Zodiacal with a quick goal! Gets that shot to go! We are coming to you live from the vibrant heart of Quezon City here at the New Era Central Recreation for your Far East Basketball League. Kami naman, brought to you by Nature Spring, Fat Boys, Pizza Pasta, and Easy Jersey, as it is our third game of this quadruple header Wednesday. So a good afternoon to all the basketball fans watching out there. Aaron D joined by Coach Mark Dandan, making his debut today in the FEBL. So Coach Mark, welcome to our Far East Basketball League.
Good to be here, Aaron. I'm really looking forward to the games here this afternoon.
Yup, and really looking forward to this third game of our day, featuring the Polytechnic University of the Philippines versus itong PMI Admirals. So, Coach Mark, let's talk more about the league format, how everything is going to go down dito sa elimination round natin.
Of course, everybody will face everybody here in the elimination round. We'll see the graphic right here. And then, as we see the participating teams, we have a lot of teams joining, and not a bad number indeed for the first season of the FEBL. So, with that being said, and then we'll see again later, we'll see the team tournament format. But before we get to that, very excited to see these two teams making their second game here in FEBL.
Yeah, and a while ago we just talked about the league format. Now, as we see there, Coach.
Again, the double round robin for all teams. The final four, the top four teams as usual. And then the top one and the top two would have the twice to beat advantage. And the winners of the semifinal round will advance to the finals in a best-of-3 series.
Yeah, these teams really going to have a chance to get their feet wet in the elimination round. A lot of games going to be played para sa kanila dito. Double round robin, pero yun na nga, our game at hand. Our third game of the day featuring the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Radicals versus the Philippine Maritime Institute Admirals. Both coming off losses in their previous game, so they're going to be looking to bounce back in this game.
Well, you don't want to ruin your debut season here in the FBBL by starting with losses here early in the season, and we all know how good the start you need to have in order to have a great finish in the season.
Yeah, both of these teams really going to be looking to bounce back in this game. But as we mentioned kanina, itong Polytechnic University of the Philippines, in their previous game, they lost to that AUF team, 60-67 doon, di ba? Nahirapan sila doon, especially in that third quarter. A third quarter collapse is what really made them lose that game, Coach.
And all it takes is one moment in the third quarter. PUP really let their guard down, allowing AUF to take advantage inside the court. But look for PUP to really have a good bounce-back game, because I know that they're a better team than what they showed in their last game.
Yup, and when we move on to the other end naman, itong PMI Admirals, the Philippine Maritime Institute, they had no problem shooting from the outside. Doon talaga sila nakascore in that game, from the perimeter, from the outside. But it was the inside game where they really had a tough time in their previous matchup.
They were grossly out-rebounded in their last game, 56-41, which gave their opponents 13 more shots from the field. So you can't give multiple opportunities to great teams here in the FEBL, and that's not a recipe for a win for PMI.
Yeah, both of these teams really going to be looking to win in this ball game. But let's throw it over to our venue announcer, Gio Cruz, for the starting lineups of both teams.
Afternoon, we are glad to have you here at Central Recreation and Fitness Center. here in New Era, Quezon City, as we bring you the continuation of Far East Basketball League Season 1. It's between the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Radicals and the PMI Admirals. And now let's meet the starters, beginning with the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Starting guard number 19, JV Zodiacal. At shooting guard number 8, James Rivera. Starting forward number 13, Jerry Cruz. Under forward number 7, Jet Monteleola. And at center number 11, Daniel Amor. Head coach of the PUP Radicals, Jodel Pacampara. And now let's meet the starters from the PMI Admirals. Starting at guard number 25, Rusty Gonzalez. At shooting guard number 17, Zoran Samus. Small forward number 21, Jericho Galicia. Power forward number 3, Adrian Acorda. Man in the middle, number 7, Kenneth Manalo. Head coach of the PMI Admirals, Algeru Alemania. Our game officials, Crew Chief J.R. Torres, Umpire 1, Marlon Cudal, and Umpire 2, Edu Agua.
And the starting lineups for both teams have been announced. PMI starting with Gonzalez, Acorda, Galicia, Samus, and Manalo. On the other end, the Radicals starting with Rivera, Zodiacal, Amor, Monteloyola, and Cruz. Both of these teams coming off losses in their previous matchups. Itong PUP Radicals 1-1 in this tournament. On the other end naman itong PMI Admirals, they're 0-1 for our tournament. And really, when we take a look at both of these teams, no, Coach, they're really similar in terms of size, no, dun sa height department nila.
Well, it's easy to say that they're similar in terms of height, but you're looking at the bench and you're looking at PUP. They are overflowing on that side of the court, and you're looking at PMI a bit short-handed, but that's relative, I guess, because PUP has a lot of live bodies on that bench.
And really, that's going to work to the advantage of this PUP Radicals team because Coach Jodel Pacampara always stresses na itong system ng team nila, it's a run-and-gun system ever since na player pa itong si Coach Jodel Pacampara. Yun na ang tinatakbo nila, that run-and-gun, full-court trapping, full-court transition offense. That's what they love to do. And at times, nasabi pa niya na in a way na Jurassic na daw yung system nitong PUP Radicals.
And quite the statement by Coach Jodel there. But, you know, PUP in their system, they've been very successful in the leagues that they've joined. They made the finals. They've won. I do believe they won the championship in the last Philippine University Games in Dipolog earlier this year. So you could say that system is working for Coach Jodel.
And a lot of history on the side of this PUP Radicals team, established in 1907, located in Santa Mesa, Manila. As Zodiacal kicks it. This is Monteloyola. Inside pass. And that's the first bucket by Cruz.
Great tackle by Cruz, but Acorda, trademark PMI fashion. Aaron, I was able to coach against this PMI team in some of our leagues here. And these guys, you can't blink. You know, even if you make a basket, all their 5 guys could be running down, back on the floor, running down on offense.
And dun talaga sa previous matchup, Coach, really noticed that this team loves to run in transition as well, just like this PUP team. But they love to shoot in transition, especially on three-pointers. That's like that guy, Gonzalez.
Rusty Gonzalez, easily the best player of this PMI team. And look for him to have a big game to lead this team here.
And Rusty Gonzalez, the leading scorer of this PMI Admirals team in their previous matchup with 17 points. But he struggled on the inside, just shooting 11% from two-point range. As a two-man game, Amor can't finish it. Forward pass, almost a steal.
And you're looking at PUP and how intense they've started this game. And they can afford to go 100% immediately because they do have a deeper bench.
And nabanggit nga last game ni Coach Judel Pacampara, that third quarter collapse is really what killed them in that game because he was trying new rotations, diba? Giving his players a chance, not the usual starters, and they just couldn't come back from that AUF onslaught in that third quarter.
And sometimes it really happens, you know, you experiment, you take the rhythm out of your team. As you see a foul called, no basket. But again, going back to your point, Aaron, when you're trying out new things, your team sometimes nawawala talaga yung timing, nawawala yung rhythm ng team mo. And that's what happened to PUP in the last game. And that experiment cost them essentially that win.
Yep, and nabanggit na nga ni Coach Jodel that in this game, he's going to be trying to go back to his regular lineup as Monteloyola, player of the game in their first W, scoring 20 points, drills that trifecta.
A very confident looking shot there from Monteloyola.
Stolen by Cruz. Throws it. Monteloyola can't catch it. A steal by the Admirals. Samus. And that ball is going back to the Radical side. 5-0 is the score. The Radicals up with 7 minutes remaining. Monteloyola. Rebound, Samus. Pushing the pace behind the back. Hesitating.
A little too much dribbling Aaron for Samus. Trying to make something out of nothing.
And yun talaga na-notice ko dito, Coach, for this PMI team. Yung mga players nila, they just, hindi na sila nag-iisip minsan, but not in a bad way, in a good way, because they really don't hesitate, no? When they see that there's an opening, they really attack, and that's how they got their buckets in their last game. Very aggressive yung play style nila.
A little too aggressive, leading to the easy layup because all 5 guys from PMI trying to crash the offensive rebounds, leading to the easy fast break for PUP.
Monteloyola once again with an early start in this game, making that layup. Gonzalez gets fouled on that play.
The PMI will really live and die with this pace that they're going with because they understand if they set the ball up with this longer, taller, heftier lineup ng PUP, they might have a harder time setting up on offense and almost another turnover.
Gonzalez in the post against Cruz. Can't get it. Second serving is good. That's Manalo making that 2-pointer. Monteloyola hesitates, kicks it. Zodiacal. Rivera. Stolen. Here we go. 2-on-1, 3-on-1 fast break. Galicia with the left-hand finish.
Great unselfish play there by,
And a miss from Rivera. Here we go once again. Foul is called on Monteloyola. 7-4 is the score. 5 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in our opening period for our third game of this quadruple header Wednesday.
So let me ask you something, Aaron. What is a radical? Were you able to ask Coach Judel about that?
I was actually able to talk to Coach Judel a lot and I was not able to ask kung ano ba yung radical. So mukhang next game yun ang tatanungin natin kay Coach Judel. As another steal by the Admirals. Cruz, counter steal to Monteloyola once again for 2.
Turnovers are piling up, not just for PMI, but also for PUP. The great defense, though.
Another steal. Zodiacal can't get it. Rebound, and here we go in transition for PMI. Stolen by Monteloyola. 2-on-2 fast break. Rivera is fouled. And Coach Mark, it seems that this frenetic pace is working in the favor of this PUP Radical squad.
Obviously, the pressure defense is something they do very well, and they force a lot of turnovers and get easy layups from that defense. But for PMI, I understand that their strength is running, but they have to recognize it's not working here early.
This patented PUP Radicals full court press, full court trapping, working in this opening period. 9-4 is the score. Rivera missing that first free throw. 4 minutes and 41 seconds remaining.
And this pace will wear out PMI because, again, we stated earlier that PUP looks to have a deeper bench compared to PMI. So we'll see if PMI can last all 4 quarters at this breakneck pace.
Kitang-kita naman natin dun, Coach, no? Yung bench ng PUP talagang punong-puno.
Umaapaw.
Until the end. Reyes gets it. Loses that leather.
And another turnover. They're not able to set up their half-court offense efficiently.
And that's what Coach Al Alemania mentioned for this PMI Admirals team. Sa turnovers talaga and getting out-rebounded in their last game. Doon talaga sila nahirapan. That's what he thought cost them this game. And it looks like early in this first quarter, they're having a problem managing their turnovers yet again.
And something they need to address because they're down 10-4 here, and this could get out of hand early.
Santos looking for a friend. To Bañados. Kick, right wing. Attack to Manalo. Back to Bañados, catch and shoot. No good, and ball returning to the PUP Radical side.
We'll see if PMI will change up their defense here. They have not had success going man-on-man.
10-4 is the score. 3 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the opening period. Zodiacal. Drive. Rivera. Fouled before the shot though.
And even on offense, you see the pressure being put on by PUP at the pace and how physical they are attacking against PMI.
And really, that's what we're going to expect from this PUP team. Not just pressure defense on the defensive end, but as well as on the offense. Their transition attack. Rivera fakes, kicks. But a foul is called. Ramirez trying to drive inside.
And this is going to be a problem if that front line of PMI will get into foul trouble because they have a thinner front line. They don't have, again, the depth that PUP possesses.
Ramirez. Kick Rivera. Ramirez. Exclamador. Corner. Rivera. Stolen. And here we go. Almost another steal. Reyes gets it. Acorda. That's Tony Domic. Inside. And Domic is fouled. And itong si Tony Domic, the youngest player of this PMI squad, a half Croatian, scored 10 points in just 11 minutes of playing time in their previous game on the free throw line.
I mean, you look at Domic, you know he's young, right?
And really, this kid, he had a knack for just being at the right place at the right time in their previous matchup.
Looks like he has a good stroke from the free throw line. I hope I didn't jinx it. I did.
Looks like you did, Coach. PMI fighting for the ball. Domic gets another chance at it. Short. One more try. Arceo steps back. That's a tough shot. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Arceo, does he know? And a shot clock violation on the Admirals.
I mean, they're getting offensive rebounds, talking about PMI, but they're just shooting some shots that are very questionable, to say the least.
Exclamador. 10-5 is the score. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. A steal by Reyes in transition. Throws up a wild one. Exclamador. Numbers in a favor of PUP. Ramirez with a floater. Rebound by Ramirez. Rivera blocked by Domic. PUP gets it back. Exclamador. Rivera from the corner. Short. And the Admirals gonna slow it down. Acorda passes it to no one on that play.
And guess what? Another turnover for PMI. Now, the pace for PUP is going to slow down because they're not able to deploy that full court pressure since they're missing their shots. Now, the challenge for them is executing on the half court.
Really easier said than done against this PUP defense, pressuring at every second as Ramirez driving, tough reverse. But a foul is called. Offensive foul.
I think he got called there. That's Sona getting called for the hook.
And still at 10-5 is our score. 1 minute and 20 remaining. The Radicals up by 5 points. Admirals trying to break that press. Double teamed once again. Almost another steal. Off the foot of the Radicals. That's Cruz. Entering the ball game for the PUP Radicals. Ramirez exiting. Itong si number 24, Sunga, Ezekiel Sunga entering the game. Bañados. Almost losing it. Recovers. Reyes. Look at that rotation by PUP. Acorda inside for 2.
Well, no matter how good your rotation is, but if you give up an open layup, and that cuts the lead down to 3 here for PUP.
Rivera to Lagrimas for 3. Short. Rebounded by the Admirals. Acorda. Getting hounded. Gives it to Reyes. Bañados. Attack inside. And once again, another turnover by the Admirals. Acorda losing that ball.
And I can't even count on my hand the turnovers that PMI has had here in the first, but they're only down 3 points, Aaron. So they're doing something right. Despite all these turnovers, the defense is holding its own.
Sunga inside. Lagrimas. Traveling violation is called. Last second time dito para sa PMI Admirals. 14 seconds on the game clock. Domic. Bañados. Back to Reyes. They're going to try for one last. 7 seconds left. Double teamed, but a foul is called.
Bad foul there in the half court, because both teams are going to be in the penalty. That's 2 free throws now for PMI. A chance for them to get out of this first quarter. Only down 1 point despite all those turnovers.
Gonna be a good sign dito para kay Coach Al Alemania. Despite, diba, yung mga errors nila na nakuha in that opening period, still at striking distance para sa kanila, but Reyes missing that first throw. A chance for Reyes to cut it down to 2 points. Gets the friendly roll. 5 seconds left. Still a chance for PUP to get last second shot. Almost a steal. And that concludes the first quarter. 10-8 is the score. Just a 2-point lead by this Polytechnic University of the Philippines Radicals team. We'll be back shortly after this quick break. Then back to our ball game. 10-8 is the score. A 2-point lead by this Polytechnic University of the Philippines Radicals team, head coached by Jodel Pacampara. And despite all those turnovers from this PMI Admirals team, they're just down by 2 points in this second quarter, coach.
So they had 8 turnovers, but they forced PUP into 7. And then you're looking at the points from turnovers. PUP has 5, which is half their score. And coincidentally, PMI with 4, which is also half their score.
Once again, another turnover. Almost a steal. Yayong gets it. Forward pass. Two-pointer. Can't get it, but a foul is called.
I'm looking at the coaching staff here of PUP. They are disgusted by the play of their team right now. The coaching staff not happy, especially after that last foul.
And their coaching staff composed of ex-players from this PUP Radical squad, mga alumni. So really, they're very familiar with the system. Head coach by, once again, Jodel Pacampara, diba? As we mentioned kanina, Jurassic na daw yung system nila, nabanggit niya. But they still run it, they still use it, and it's still effective para sa kanila.
If they're getting championships and getting to the finals, why change it?
Lagrimas. Kick. Zodiacal. Back to Lagrimas. All alone. Too strong. Tomic gets it. And here we go. PMI is going to set the play. Yayong gets it. Looking for a friend. Hands it. An offensive foul is called. That's going to be on Samus.
And it's interesting to note that PMI, despite all their shortcomings offensively, only shooting 27% from the field. They're only down 1 point, and they're doing it with their bench, Aaron.
And here we go, fast break play. Stolen. Lagrimas. Forward to Sonsona. Sonsona inside with the left hand. Can't get it. Battle for the loose ball. Stays with this PUP Radicals team.
That's a great move by Sonsona, but just coming up short with the left-hand layup.
Inbound. Almost another steal. Lagrimas gets fouled. (10-9) is the score. 8 minutes and 40 remaining in our second period. As we take a look at the stats from PUP in that opening period, Coach.
So 33% shooting, but really stands out there. The only 7 rebounds in that quarter for PUP.
Once again, another foul is called. So ball possession back to the Radicals. Another chance for them to get a crack. Once again, almost another steal, but Sonsoran gets it. Double teamed. Kick. Lagrimas fakes. Inside. Heading to the line for 2 free throws.
And PP's been stuck here at 10 points since right about 3 minutes left in that first quarter. So this is going to be probably the first chance of PUP to break out of this slump.
As Lagrimas still can't get it to go from the free throw line.
And the sound effects of our sound guy is on point.
So Lagrimas, second chance. Still no good. Second serving, wala pa rin yun para sa Radicals. And here we go, the Admirals pushing it. Yayong is fouled. Still at 10-9 the score. 7 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in our second period. Some substitutions. Monteloyola back in the game, as well as Zodiacal making that game winner in their opening game against the Arandia Rhinos. Samus. Pull up J. Can't get it. But Dairit just snatches that ball. And another turnover by the Admirals.
Hasn't been a basketball clinic in any sense, but both teams showing the grit.
Zodiacal gives it. Monteloyola hesitates. Behind the back. Too much sauce. This time it's Samus. Dairit. Back to Samus and Galicia. You know he wants to shoot from the outside. Instead, drives it. Tough shot. Rebound. Here we go. Lagrimas. Euro. Block. Samus is pushing it. Kicks it, corner. Back to Samos. He's going to set the play. With a pick from Dairit. Samos to Yayong all alone. Still no good. And the field goal percentage plummeting for both teams.
It's as cold as an Arctic night here in Central Recreation and Fitness Center. Aaron, if you love shooting, this is not the game for you.
And coach, from a coach's perspective, no, ano ba nangyayari dito? Is it really may halong malas lang ba? Or are their shots not the best quality looks para sa kanila?
Well, it's the latter. It's not really quality looks. Plus, they're rushing everything. So it all just boils down to their discipline, when to take shots, what kind of shots to take. And it's not coming in any kind of flow from their offense.
And both of these teams love to run, love to get into transition, but that's not really working in their favor at this point in time. As itong PUP Radicals still at 10 points with 6 minutes and 27 seconds remaining dito, a 1-point lead para sa kanila.
Bit of a lull here. There's a warning. A couple of sweet nothings here and there. Much ado about nothing. So again, PUP's been stuck here. 10 points for almost 7 minutes of game time, Aaron. Free throws have not been falling, and there you go, the first one falls. But again, the thought of them not being able to run their full court press has really plummeted their field goal percentage.
As Zodyacal making 2 out of 2 finally. After that long wait, PUP scoring in the second quarter. 12-9 is the score, a 3-point lead for the Radicals. This time the Admirals have it. Manalo inside, and he's fouled. Heading to the line for 2 free throws.
And that's better offense from PMI. Little more discipline, trying to get to the hole, trying to get free throws because you know your outside shots have not been falling.
And that was a good press break din para sa kanila, no, Coach? As we saw there, dun sa possession nila, just about 2 passes, 3 passes, and they finally got to the bucket.
But yun lang, sinasayang nila yung opportunities here at the free throw line. A very unorthodox looking free throw here.
That's Manalo on the line.
You see that left leg all the way at the back.
Making that second free throw. Zodyacal pushing the pace. 10-12. Itong Radicals up. Monteloyola can't get it. Samus pushing it. Here we go. Full head of steam. Kicks. Right wing pull up. And a foul is going to be called. Galicia heading to the line for 2.
And that's the second time PUP has fouled a jump shooter. You know, that's a cardinal sin in basketball. You cannot foul a jump shooter.
And kita mo talaga gigil siya on that closeout. As Galicia heading to the line for 2 free throws. And Jericho Galicia contributing 13 points with solid efficiency in their previous matchup. One of the Spitfire guards of this Philippine Maritime Institute Admirals team. Makes that second free throw. 12-all is the score. Inside drive, kick. Zodyacal, in and out. And here we go, Samus, behind the back. Uses the pick from Manalo. Pulls it out. Cross court, corner jumper, no good. And Monteloyola gets it. The main man of this Radicals team. Kicks it, Zodyacal. Inside drive for 2.
Nice looking drive there from Zodyacal. He's faking out his defender and going out for that floater.
Solomon being hounded. Here comes the double team. Zodyacal to Monteloyola. Fakes. Drives. Can't get it. Rebound, Galicia. Being hounded once again by Monteloyola. To Samus for 3. Short. Rebound. Pushing. Zodyacal one-on-one. Can he get it? He's fouled.
And with almost half a quarter left, both teams are in the penalty. So this is a great opportunity, not just for PUP, but even for PMI. Really get some bonus points here in the second quarter.
And both of these teams really slashing to the rim very aggressively in the first and second quarter as itong si Zodiacal back to the line shooting 2 free throws. Making that first free throw itong si Zodiacal. Second free throw is good for Zodiacal as a substitution. Rivera back in the game. Zodiacal exiting the game.
Zodiacal has played well as the point guard para dito sa PUP. He's really done a good job distributing the basketball and, been aggressive the past 2 trips down.
Arceo with a backcourt violation. And you really notice, Coach, na itong PUP Radical squad, they're always pushing the Admirals to that trapping zone near that half-court line and dito sa may sideline.
And that's the key for them because they can't pressure well, and that's something they're not doing well, shooting from the outside.
Once again, a steal. Monteloyola. Here we go. Rivera, Euros inside for 2.
Pretty move by Rivera in transition, and here comes the press again by PUP.
And let's turn it over to Angelica Sarmiento, our courtside reporter, for a quick report.
Hi, Aaron! Quick story lang about itong James Rivera. Alam nyo ba na si James ay isa ring volleyball player? Talagang mas nangingibabaw nga lang daw sa kanya ang basketball. And this young man came from a family of athletes. Ang kanyang mga kapatid ay volleyball players naman ng ibang sikat na mga liga. Kaya ito ang kanyang motivation to always give the best whenever he is playing. It runs in the blood, sabi nga niya. Gentlemen?
And James Rivera making that tough Euro lay on that previous play. But a timeout is called as the score is 20-12 in favor of the Radicals. Babalik po kami shortly for more Far East basketball action. Back to our ball game. 20-12 is the score. 4 minutes remaining dito sa second period natin. And Coach, kanina napakauwit ng PUP Radicals at just 10 points early in that first 3 minutes of our second period. Now, they're up by 8 points with 4 minutes remaining na lang dito.
It started because of their free throws. When they made their free throws, they were able to deploy this press and force turnovers and get easy layups.
Monteloyola, once again, another steal by the Radicals. Ooh! Tries the acrobatic finish but steps out of bounds.
And this is one guy we haven't seen in a while, Resty Gonzalez.
And as we mentioned a while ago, Resty Gonzalez, the leading scorer in their previous matchup. 17 big points, especially in that fourth quarter, to try and lead his team to a comeback. But unfortunately, they came short in their previous matchup. As another steal by the Radicals. Here we go in transition. Rivera for 2.
And now those turnovers are starting to hurt PMI because the PUP Radicals are converting now.
Samus, forward pass. And they're going to slow it down. Galicia gives it to Gonzalez. Using the pick. Manalo rolls. Galicia with a pick. But a foul is called. That's going to be on Rivera.
And chance for PMI to cut down the lead with free throws here because both teams are in the penalty. And we'll see if PMI can run their own kind of press to force PUP into some turnovers as well.
And actually, that's the problem that the PUP team had in their previous matchup against the AUF team. They were able to force turnovers, get into transition, get easy buckets, but they also had a hard time managing their own turnovers as well. And that's where the AUF team took advantage of in that game.
And that's something you really have to address because it's one thing to be really good forcing turnovers, but you have to do your job as well on offense and take care of that basketball because even if you are getting 20, 25 turnovers a game, But if you give it away at the same rate, so there's no advantage.
And would you say, Coach, na if you play quick, if you play fast, you're also more prone to error kasi nagmamadali ka din?
And that's where I like to say that there's a difference between nagmamadali and playing quick, because if you're playing quick, you need to be playing in control still.
So kumbaga yung pace talaga tinitingnan natin dito, no, Coach? As a 22-12, the score natin dito, the Radicals up by 10 points, 2 minutes and 40 remaining in the second period.
Again, the defense for the Radicals has been very good here, especially in the second quarter, limiting PMI to only 4 points. Samantala, on the other end, PUP has also been a bit better on offense, 12 points, compared to only 10 in the first quarter.
Step back, Jay, blocked by Amor. And here we go, that's a 3-on-2 fast break. Pull up in transition, but Rivera skying high.
Looking like a volleyball player out there, itong si Rivera.
And nabanggit nga kanina ni Angelica. Take a look at that, Coach. Pull up Jay Rivera skying high. And nabanggit nga ni Angelica kanina, no, Coach, itong si Rivera from a family of athletes. So really showcasing the athleticism on that play.
Hindi halata, family of athletes. This kid can really get up there.
Rivera making that second free throw. 24-12 is the score, a 12-point lead by the Radicals. Arceo to Samus. Excuse me, that's Acorda.
That's a legal screen here. Easy goal for the refs. Acorda stuck out his elbow.
And Acorda with an offensive foul. Ball possession returning to the Radicals. So another chance for them to extend this 12-point lead. This time they're going to take it down. The Okino for three. In and out. Ball possession back to the Radicals.
PMI can't do anything right at this point of the game. They're missing free throws, turning the ball over. Now they can't grab a rebound.
Inbound play inside for two. That's Sonsonan with a basket and one.
See it again, the great knockout play. Acorda just turning his head. And Sonsona recognizing it, cutting into the middle, gets the N1.
Just a sorry error dun para sa PMI. Already down by 12 points. Now they're going to be down by 14 points, giving Sonsonan a chance for an end one. The big boy for this Radical squad missing that free throw. Samus forward. Kamikaze drive, pass to Gonzalez for the last minute and one.
One of the rare times that fast pace by PMI paid off. Reyes finding Gonzalez in the nick of time.
And Reyes just blowing by all those defenders. Last minute kicking it to Reyes, but he misses it. Gets his own miss. Looks like an offensive foul is going to be called on Reyes.
The referees have been very strict on that hook. It's the second time we've seen that.
Rivera to Diokino. Back to James. Rivera drives inside. Can't get it. Amor is there though for the cleanup.
And that front line coming into play for PUP.
Galicia. Almost a steal from behind. Reyes with a pick from Manalo. Double teamed. This is Gonzalez for three. No good. Rebound by the Radicals forward. Rivera. But Diokino gets it. Second chance by Rivera for two.
Just a wave of maroon running down in transition and nothing PMI can do about it.
16 points is the lead. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Another turnover. Here we go. And a take foul by Gonzalez.
Still going to be two free throws here for PUP. And in the era now, it's overwhelming. The pace of PUP, the defense, the pressure, and the transition attack shifting from defense to offense so quick. you see 3 guys running in maroon and only 1 in black.
And it seems like this PUP Radicals team just putting the hammer down in the second period, especially to end the second period with about 26 seconds remaining dito.
So far, they have outscored itong PMI 21-6 here in the second quarter. Now 22-6 after that made free throw.
As Diokino making that second free throw. Here we go, last second time dito para sa Admirals. Corner try. Still no good. Galicia fights for that loose ball. Amor gets it. Forward pass. But a foul is going to be called. That's on Reyes, trying to steal that from Exclamador. Heading to the line once again for 2 free throws.
That's a really bad foul by Reyes. Reaching in on the half-court line. You're in penalty. Nothing going right here for PMI.
And Exclamador once again. This PUP Radical squad have been to the line numerous times in this game. And coach, 32-14 is the score. No? Palaki ng palaki yung lamang nitong PUP Radical squad. At this point in time, no, are we going to be expecting a blowout loss para sa kanila dito? Or does this PMI Admirals team still have what it takes to come back in that second half?
Of course, you don't want to speak ill of the other team. But at this rate, with the pressure of PUP and the inability of PMI to essentially make buckets here, you see one finally by Gonzalez. At this rate, this is PUP's game to take control of.
And Gonzalez trying to stop the bleeding with that last second shot. Cutting down the lead, 34-16 is the score. At the end of our second period, the Radicals up big at the end of our half. We'll be back shortly for more second half action here at the Far East Basketball League. Kami naman.
Beside me is Resty Gonzalez of PMI Admiral. So Resty, pwede mo ba sa akin i-describe ang performance nyo in the first half?
Sobrang nahihirapan kami sa depensa nila, sobrang higpit. Kailangan namin mag-step up ngayon kasi sobra talagang higpit ng depensa ng mga kalaban namin yon. Kailangan namin ma-break yung trap nila para maganda yung laban namin.
Thank you so much. And sa tingin mo, ano naman ang kailangan yung pagbutihin pa in the remaining half para makabag-bounce back kayo?
Kailangan namin siguro mag-usap-usap ng team namin para maayos namin yung rotation ng bola para hindi kami mahirapan sa pagbaba. Yun lang.
At baka meron ka din gustong batiin or pasalamatan?
Binabati ko yung mama ko sa bahay, papa ko, girlfriend, at lahat ng Grayons family, bowlers, lahat ng team ko sa amin. Binabati ko sila.
Maraming salamat, Resty, at good luck sa remaining half at maya-maya lang magbabalik ang FEBL Season 1 after this halftime break.
And let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. This PMI squad really struggled in that first half against the full court press of the Radicals.
And not much by way of half-court execution for both these teams. But you were right, Aaron, you know, that the transition attack by PUP was overwhelming, especially in that second quarter where they really broke out to have this 34-16 lead. And the key stat here, I guess, for this half will be the turnovers. 20 turnovers for PMI. In some games, that's already a full game total. But PMI, this is just the half. They had 8 in that first quarter. Then they had 12 in the second quarter. And PMI really not taking care of that basketball. PUP making them pay with 19 points from turnovers. You see the field goal percentage for PMI only 26%. 19 rebounds for PUP. Bench points 8-2, but you're looking at the key stats here. 14 fast break points for PUP and 19 points from turnovers.
And I'm sure Coach Al Alameño of this Admiral squad really not liking what he's seeing from his boys. They're talking it over. Itong si Resty Gonzalez, their leading scorer, interviewed at halftime, said they're going to try to talk it over, try to adjust, bounce back from that lackluster first half they had. As we see, 18 points ang lead ngayon ng PUP, 34-16. Itong PUP squad naman really doing well in that first half, converting on those turnovers, getting easy points in transition through their transition offense. Itong full court trap nila, full court pressing nila, really doing the damage in that first half for them.
And not only that, they're shooting very well from the free throw line. They got there 15 times. They made 11 free throws. In comparing it to PMI, they also got to the free throw line 15 times, but they only made 6 free throws. So there lies the rub. They left some points on the line. They're throwing the ball away. So we'll see what kind of tactic PMI will have coming into the second half.
And coming into this game, this PMI squad shot 50% from downtown in their previous matchup. Today, they have yet to shoot a 3, 0 out of 6.
You know, they were 9 of 18. I don't want to say na naubos doon sa laro nila the previous game, but I know that Resty Gonzalez is way better than what he's showing here. So we'll see if he can step it up and lead his team to this comeback.
And the Radicals with the ball possession early. Diokino, Rivera for 3. Gets it to go.
A rare three-point shot, Aaron. Just the second of the game. Only 2 combined. That's 2 for PUP, none for PMI.
And not the best of starts for this PMI squad, giving up a 3 early for their first possession. Miss by the Admirals. Domic gets another chance at it. Fight for the loose ball. Here we go, a 3-pointer by the Admirals, and finally They get their first three courtesy of Gonzalez.
I told you, Aaron, he's too good to play like this. Resty Gonzalez trying to wake his team up.
Diokino spinning, kicking, exclamador. Inside to Amor. Attacking Domic for two. Gets it.
Pretty post move from Amor. The shimmy and the fade.
Amor almost getting the steal. A 20-point lead by the Radicals, 39-19, 8 minutes and 55 remaining in our third period.
Don't be fooled by the name. He's showing no love for PMI.
And Gonzalez this time attacking. Trying to break down his defender. Oh, sorry, pass is stolen. Diokino, exclamador for two.
It's just coming too easy now for PUP. The jumpers are falling. Still getting these turnovers. The bad area to be. Almost throwing the ball away, but they have to get it across the half line. Aaron, they're still in the backcourt with 17 seconds left on the shot clock. They have to get it through.
And once again, it's that trapping zone we mentioned a while ago in that first half. Itong PUP trying to lead the Admirals there as Gonzalez, another catch and shoot. Short. Battle for the loose ball, and that possession is going back to the Admiral side.
Rare second opportunity here for PMI, and Gonzalez has been forcing it a bit from the outside.
Gonzalez with a pick from Manalo. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Gonzalez, Domic for two. Can't get it. Rebound, Gonzalez. Alley-oop, oh, hits the ring. And here we go, 3-on-1 fast break. Rivera behind the back. Exclamador. No good. And PMI gets the possession. Manalo almost stolen. Gonzalez, you know he's going to take that three. And hits over the board.
What a pace to start the third quarter. And I'm in a bit of shock how fast these teams are getting after it. But again, Gonzalez, after hitting that 1-3, kind of forcing it too much now, Aaron.
And medyo nanggigil dun si Gonzalez. This pace working in the favor of this Radicals team. Rivera just all alone. Not a defender to be found near Rivera.
Another mental lapse there for PMI, forgetting the shooter in Rivera.
And once again, pressure defense. Arceo almost losing it, just takes it all the way. And a foul on Manalo heading to the line for two free throws.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good. And that time, PMI was a bit lucky that they didn't turn that ball over.
And PMI just rushing to start this third period, our second half. No, hirap na hirap sila dito from that press break, from that full court trap, of this Radicals team. It's Manalo heading to the line, gets that first free throw to go.
And they need more from Manalo. You know, he's been a vet of many leagues with PMI. He's been a consistent double-double force. But right now, he has his hands full with Amor in that paint.
Zodiacal, pull-up jumper. Bit too strong, Exclamador gets it. Zodiacal calling for a clear out. He's gonna attack Domic. No, hands it off, Rivera, backdoor play. Amor for two. And Amor using his length once again to try and score inside.
One of the rare times we've seen half-court execution from both teams. Great back cut and extra pass there by PUP, giving Amor two free throws.
And Amor, a key player for this PUP Radical squad. Really does the damage on the inside. Doesn't need a lot of touches, just does the dirty work for his team using his height to his advantage.
And you love to see players like that. Very unselfish, just does their work, doesn't complain, and gets the job done.
TJ Apinan for this PUP Radical squad entered this game. He was the leading scorer against the AUF in their last matchup with 17 points and 7 rebounds, shooting 53% from the field. Galicia against Zodiacal, double teamed. Foul is called though. That's going to be on TJ Apinan.
They haven't really needed the production from Apinan here because they are up 25 big points thanks to that press defense.
46-21 is the score. 6 minutes and 20 remaining in our third period. Galicia uses the pick from Manalo. Galicia hesitates, kicks it inside, and Domic just can't get the handle on that ball.
It seems to me that PMI doesn't really have a true point guard. You've seen a couple guys, Reyes and Galicia. They seem to be converted two guards because of the lack of a true point guard.
And it seems na yung mga players nila, coach, they have a lot of scorers, pero yung parang tipong floor general talaga.
Yes.
Diba?
That's a missing ingredient here for PMI.
Rivera drives inside. Oh, dangerous. Gets fouled by Domic on that play.
Almost a bad spill here. But Domic not liking the call. He thought he drew a charge. We'll see it again. He twisted last minute after that attack by Rivera. We'll see it here. See him twist. Not committing to drawing the charge.
And Rivera trying to go for that jelly, that highlight play. But gets fouled in the process, heading to the line for two, gets that first free throw to go.
It's getting out of hand here in the third quarter.
Rebound by Manalo. Samus crosses. Almost a steal, but a kicked ball, and it seems Samus is the one who kicked that ball.
Again, the problem here now for PMI, the lack of a primary ball handler. Samus, Galicia, and even Reyes are, from what it seems, converted two guards. They're not really point guards.
Sonsonan inside, trying to bully Domic. But he gets that one, and Domic gets that board. Samus attacking Rivera. Manalo offers the pick. They give it Tony. Domic being hounded. 10 seconds on the shot clock. This is Arceo. Takes the tough turnaround, Jay. Apinan gets it. Forward, Rivera, Zodiacal. And wisely slowing it down for his team. Rivera lobs it, Sonsonan, but a bit too short on that pass. Samus being hounded. And he's gonna slow it down. Picked by Manalo. Samus attacks inside with the right hand, floats it up and in for the basket and one.
And nobody else touched that basketball for PMI except Samus. A virtuoso play. Starting from the half line, never really gave up the basketball, but I mean, at this point, they'll take what they can get. See the great hesitation by Samus going by the defender and finishing over the help.
And 47-23 is the score. 4 minutes and 23 seconds remaining. 34 seconds remaining, excuse me, in our third period. Samus to the line. Completes the end one play. So 47-24 is the score. And ito na naman, Zodiacal pushing the pace for the Radicals. Rivera all alone, same spot. Can't get it, but Amor is there. Ball possession back to the Admirals. Arceo to Samus. Back to Arceo. Almost stolen, but Samus gets it. A pick from Domic. Samus drives baseline, but he's stopped.
A little more patient offense here from PMI, something they haven't really been doing.
Here we go. That's Manalo for two. Doesn't get the friendly roll, but a foul is called. Loose ball foul. Ball possession back to the Admirals. It's going to be on Rivera. As Cuatermo entering the game. Earl Cuatermo for this Radical squad. Amor exits. As well as Reyes entering the game and Acorda. Domic and Arceo exiting for the Admirals. Here we go. Titingnan natin, Coach, if this Admiral squad can score off this half-court set from the inbound. Reyes. Oh.
Spoke too soon, Aaron.
Just as I said that. An unforced error done on the inbound pass. Reyes not being able to corral that ball.
That was probably going to be an elevator screen, but one of the elevators broke off early.
As 47-24 is the score. Zodiacal gives it to Apinan. TJ Oh, and some commotion happening between Rivera and Samos, but luckily they were separated immediately. Some tempers flaring in our third quarter.
Again, much ado about nothing.
Tingnan natin dyan, Coach. Oh. Samos and Rivera.
Rightfully called a double foul, but our officials will have to take a look because that could be an upgrade. You look at the arm of Samos there, hooking and swinging his left arm, trying to prevent, I think that was Rivera, from using a screen.
And not going to be the best of things para sa PMI Admirals, especially now they're struggling. Actually, they've been struggling this whole game against the PUP Radicals press. 47-24 on score. As we take a look at that, oh, Rivera trying to get open on that play. A little tussling with Samos. But we're going to be awaiting the decision of the referees.
So it's a double unsportsmanlike foul on Rivera and Samos. But unfortunately for Rivera, that's his fifth. So he's out of the game.
That's a big loss for this PUP Radical squad.
Rivera's been playing well. At the half, Rivera had 9 points to lead the way. He's actually the leading scorer at the half for PUP. Now he has to watch the next almost 13 and a half minutes of game time from the bench.
And Rivera's energy in that first half and even in this third quarter was really infectious for his teammate and for his team as a whole. As a foul is called. Offensive foul, so ball possession back to the Admirals.
And this is something you don't want to get into if you're PUP. You're up big. You're falling into the trap of being frustrated with how physical PMI has been.
Ito na nga Gonzalez trying to break that trap, pushing the pace. No good, but Cruz gets it. Here we go, Monteloyola. Can't see it, this time he gets it. Inside, nowhere to go, gets his own shot. Wala pa rin yun for the Radicals. Samos forward pass, Reyes pulls up in transition, short. And Zodiacal gives it, Apinan, 2-on-1, takes it on his own and gets it to go.
Great ball fake by Apinan, freeing himself up for the layup.
Reyes is gonna slow it down for the Admirals. To Samus, two-man game with Manalo, rejects the pick, drive inside. Tries to kick it, but it's stolen, and here we go. Reyes counter steal. Zodiacal and Reyes battling for it. And the jump ball is going to be called. Ball possession to the Admirals.
Again, the problem of not having a true point guard just rearing its head here for PMI. They can't set up your offense properly.
Samus to Acorda, double teamed. Down to Gonzalez. Gonzalez being hounded by two. Acorda inside. Manalo spins, takes, short. And Zodiacal gets it. Forward to Apinan, TJ. This is Quatermo. Posting, spinning. Nowhere to go. Gives it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez spinning. Just look at that defense of Zodiacal. Back to Zodiacal. Two-man game with Apinan. Back to Zodiacal for two. My goodness, defense to offense for the number 19 of the Radicals. A timeout is called. 51-24 is the score. A minute and 31 remaining. We'll be back shortly after this quick timeout. And back to our ball game after that timeout. 51-24 is the score. 1 minute and 31 seconds remaining. This PUP Radicals team has been in full control this whole game.
They really have choked the life out of PMI here, thanks to the pressing defense. And again, no let up here, coming off that timeout.
And here we go, full court press once again by the Radicals. Bañaros gives it. Carezia. Short on that jumper. This is Lagrimas forward to Monteloyola. Inside De Jesus. Can't catch it. Here we go, Gonzalez. Streaking to the bucket. But it's stolen. Apinan gets it. Monteloyola. Inside De Jesus. De Jesus inside for two. Almost getting that bucket and one, but he's going to be heading to the line for two. Excuse me, that's Cruz.
Strong move there by Cruz coming off the post. Opting to just go one-on-one instead of passing to around 3 open teammates.
And Cruz, the team captain, the senior of this PUP Radical squad, looking to lead them as a big lead right now. 52-24 is the score. Cruz with his second attempt. A substitution dito. Number 14 for this PUP Radical squad entering the game, itong si Jansen Cantilla. Press break by the Admirals. Almost a steal by Lagrimas. Reyes gets it. Inside pass to Wiz. Big man for two.
That's better decision making from Reyes, breaking the press, dropping it off for 2 points.
Here we go, the Radicals. A foul is called. And even with such a big lead, this PUP Radicals team really, they're not giving anything to this Admirals team on the defensive end. No, talagang nakapress pa rin sila, full court trapping. They're not going to a half-court trap para sa kanila or a half-court man-to-man of defense.
Oh, well, you're trying to build good habits here if you're PUP, because babaunin mo to in your future games, and this is something the coaching staff is probably going to work on, and they don't want to start the way they started first quarter.
And I'm sure Coach Jodel Pacampara gonna try different lineups in this game, especially na they're up big. Kasi as we mentioned kanina, no, Coach, in their last game, nahirapan sila doon. They couldn't come back because Coach Jodel was trying to experiment with his lineups dun sa previous game nila against AUF. And I think now is the right time na he can do this, especially with a big lead dito in this game.
What you're seeing now is that experiment paying off against AUF. They came up short, but this time against PMI, that so far so good.
And Gonzalez, the leading scorer in the previous game. Coach Al Alamenya really looking to this guy to lead them back to victory, as they're gonna need a big scoring punch. Last 10 seconds para sa Radicals. Inside play, no good. One more serving for Cruz. Wala pa rin yun. Here we go, Gonzalez, a second left. And a little bit too late on that attempt. That signals the end of our third quarter. The score is 53-27. Still in favor of the PUP Radicals, in full control of this game. We're going to be back shortly after the third quarter for more Far East basketball action. And fourth quarter action for this matchup between the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Radicals versus the Philippine Maritime Institute Admirals. The Radicals in full control this whole game, full domination. 53-27 is the score. They've been in full control this whole game with their full court trapping, really pressuring this Admirals team, not giving them any open looks and taking advantage of their turnovers in transition. Cruz with a drop pass from Monteleola. Bruce and a deuce for the big man. A captain's bucket right there.
Great play there from PUP. Unselfish. And that's going to be their 16th assist. And they've been doing a great job moving that basketball around. Again, reviewing the stats there from the third quarter. Again, checking the turnovers. PMI with 28. So they had 8 in that third quarter alone. And again, this is why this game is now currently out of hand. 28-point lead for PUP.
55-27 is the score. The Admirals trying to break that press. Cañeza, Gonzalez. Gonzalez once again. Almost double teamed there, but he gets it out. Spinning inside. Cañeza, the lefty. Too strong on that three. Loose ball foul is called. The Admirals going to have another chance at another shot.
If you can say anything bad about PUP, is that they're fouling too much.
There looks like some commotion happening. Reyes staying in between Cruz and Dairit. Reyes drives inside. Dairit short on the elbow jumper. Second serving. This time he's fouled.
So Dairit is long and lanky, really taking advantage of his length there. Despite the miss, pursuing the basketball, getting the offensive rebound, and gifting himself 2 free throws.
And that's the effort, the extra effort that this PMI Admirals team is going to need. As we take a look at the third quarter stats from this PMI Admirals team, coach.
A 27% shooting in that third quarter. And rebounding wise, they're not doing too bad. 27 rebounds to 29 for PUP. But again, it's just really the turnovers have been killing PMI.
And that's been killing them as well. That fast break attack by this Radicals team. Lagrima scoring too. Almost another. Oh, it is a turnover. And the Radicals once again with another chance. And ito naman, coach, on the other end, this PUP Radicals team in that third quarter.
No, 37% field goal shooting here. Not really something you want to write home about, but the defense has been fantastic. 28 turnovers forced into 26 points converted.
And defense has been the name of the game for this Radical squad in today's matchup. Really putting this Admirals team in uncomfortable situations as Dairit getting hounded. Reyes pulling up. Doesn't even hit anything on that shot. And one of the glaring stats that I noticed dun sa PMI Admirals is their three-point shooting. No, they're 1 out of 10 from the three-point area as Monteleola switching hands right to left. Another steal. Here we go, Lagrimas gets fouled. Just 1 out of 10 from three-point area itong PMI Admirals. In their previous game, they were 50% from 3.
It just really reflects how bad this game has been for them. The leading scorer, Resty Gonzalez, only has 8 points. He's 1 out of 6 from the outside. And that really tells you the story of this game.
Lagrimas inside to his big man. Kicks it. Monteleola. Swing. Apinan. No good. Battle for the loose ball. Manalo gets it, and Samus is going to push it for the Admirals. Samus with a pick from Manalo. Pocket pass. Manalo for 2. What a beautiful play. 2-man action between Manalo and Samus.
One of the rare times that PMI was able to execute. That is only their 6th assist, Aaron. 6 compared to 29 turnovers.
And really, that just shows how they're having a tough time with taking care of the basketball in this game. As Apinan, inside pass. Almost a knockout play doon para sa Radicals, pero Samus gets it. To 61-29 is the score. 6 minutes and 52 seconds in our final period. Samus, nowhere to go. Stolen. Here we go. 2-1-2 fast break. Lagrimas with the left hand.
Samus trying to emulate what he did in that third quarter, going 1-on-1. Fortunately, passing it to the other team.
Alley-oop try. Yayong to Arceo. Excuse me, that's Acorda. And Acorda heading to the line for two. And Coach Jodel Pacampara calling a timeout. Wants to talk things over with his guys. 63-29 is the score. Radicals still up in this fourth and final period. We'll be back shortly after this quick break. And back to our ball game. 63-29 is the score. 6 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here in our matchup between the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Radicals versus the Philippine Maritime Institute Admirals. The Radicals are still up right now, up big, as Acorda shooting some free throws, trying to cut the lead down. And another missed free throw for this Admiral squad. Finally, Acorda making that second one. Lagrimas against Yayong. Yayong hounding him. Gives it Monteloyola. Cruz asking it for in the post, doesn't get it. They give it to the other side. Kick, Monteloyola, three. Yes, sir.
Monteloyola has been very efficient in his minutes. Hasn't played a ton, but he has 10 points in about 15 minutes.
And he was the leading scorer in their opening matchup against the Arandia College Rhinos, making it rain with 20 big points. Yayong inside. One more chance. Acorda finishes it with the left hand. Apinan. Driving. Acorda to Lagrimas. Inside to Cruz. Posting. Hooking. And making that shot, the captain. Solomon to Manalo. Just a 68-32 is the score. The Radicals still up. 5 minutes and 19 remaining. Samus this time hands it off to Yayong. The Spitfire guard trying to do something for the Admiral squad. Manalo back to Yayong. Spacing is a bit off, but Yayong just takes the three short. But a bailout foul is called with about a second left on the shot clock. It's going to be called on Lagrimas. And in the previous game of the PUP Radicals coach, nahirapan talaga itong PUP Radicals with their turnovers. They were able to force turnovers in that match. But in their previous game, they also suffered from their turnovers, leading to the AUF school getting a lot of easy buckets in transition.
And really, that's going to be a problem if you're a team that relies a lot on running up and down the floor. If you cannot take care of the basketball, it really negates whatever speed advantage you have against the other team.
68-33 is the score. Forward pass, Monteloyola drives with the reverse finish.
Nice passing. Again, the assists starting to pile up here for PUP.
Solomon, stolen by Cruz. Counter steal by Yayong. Yayong trying to sauce it up. Trying to break down his defender, gives it. Acorda. Losing that ball. Hounded in that corner. Nowhere to go. And a steal. Monteloyola. Here we go. All alone for two.
Incredible pressure by PUP. No let up. It seems like babaunin ng PMI to hanggang matulog sila.
And alam mo, di ba coach, may mga ibang leagues na may mga rules na when a team is getting blown out, they can't full court trap, they can't full court press anymore. Pero itong PUP squad, until this fourth quarter, 4 minutes left, still in a full court trap.
And that's what you want to teach, you know, you go hard until the final buzzer.
And if you have that many players on your bench, I'm sure na fresh leg sila palagi as Monteloyola once again for two. To see the smile on that young man's face.
Great job by Monteloyola shooting the gap, reading the passing lane well. Coming up with another steal. That's his fourth. 14 points, 4 steals.
And this PUP Radicals team just sucking the life out of the Admirals as Monteloyola getting it back to Sonsonan. Turnover, here we go, Samus attacking one-on-one. Short on that, Acorda. Nowhere to go, out of bounds, but ball is going to stay with the Admirals.
This space is so fast, I'm the one who's getting tired watching them go up and down the floor. No credit to PMI, regardless of the score, they're still going very hard.
And even with their lack in manpower, no, mas konti sila dito sa PUP Radicals team pero nakikipagsabayan sila sa takbuhan with the Radicals. Galicia spinning. That's a tough shot for Galicia. Good defense by the Radicals. Battle for the loose ball. Ramirez gets it. Forward pass on Sona. Fakes, takes. Can't get it. One more try and it's good.
So Sona misses the easier shot but makes the harder one.
And here we go, Sonsona. Look at that effort sprinting for that loose ball. With just 2 minutes and 48 remaining, up big 76-33 are the Radicals.
If you're Coach Jodel, you like what you're seeing from your guys despite the big lead. Still trying to dive for loose balls, pressure well, and do the right things.
Samus. High rip, step back. Inside once again to Galicia. He's going to set it. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They got to make a move now. Galicia with the left. In and out. Cruz gets that ball, but apparently he stepped out of bounds. So the Admirals with another possession. 14 seconds left. Oh. And Galicia extending the arm on that play.
You can't do that right in front of the officials. A very easy call to make for a referee right there along the baseline.
And 76-33 is the score. 2 minutes and 15 remaining. Ramirez to Cruz. This is Diokino. Drives, kicks. Ramirez gets the lucky tap to him and a floater is good.
It's just been that kind of game for PUP. All the bounces going their way. Ramirez with a pretty looking floater.
Samus is fouled. That's going to be on Diokino. So Samus is going to be heading to the line, shooting 2 free throws. And Coach Mark, for this PMI Admirals team, if you were to give one glaring factor na talagang stands out for them na they need to improve heading over to their next games, what would that be?
I mean, you have to cut down on turnovers because in their last game, they had 28. And in this game, they already had 28 at the end of the third. So they're pushing to at least 35 for this game. So this is something they really need to address coming into their next game. Because if they do more of the same, then the outlook doesn't look too good for this PMI team.
Ramirez tapping that ball out off his knee. And turnovers really the factor killing this PMI Admiral squad, as mentioned by Coach Al Alemania. Even being able to get a word with him before the game. And he said that turnovers killed them in their previous game, and it looks like that was their Achilles heel in their matchup for today against the PUP Radicals. As Arceo trying to break down Sonsona. This time it's Samus. 7-second shot clock. Samus pulls up. Swishes that baby home.
Samus again with the virtuoso play. dribbling, getting himself open and pulling up.
Ball possession is going to go to the Admirals. A turnover. And a late timeout by the PMI Admirals. 78-37 is the score. A minute and 13 remaining in our fourth period. Really, it's been full domination, coach, for this PUP Radicals team. Not giving an inch to this PMI Admirals team until now. With just about a minute remaining, still in their full court trap. Really, they did the damage on the defensive end.
And that's where it all started. And you remember, they were stuck at 10 points sometime in the middle of that second quarter. But when they got those free throws going, they were able to deploy that full court press. They got a lot of layups. Then they got that 18-point lead at the halftime, and it was all of the same in this second half. Really a dominating performance by the Radicals.
And I'm sure Coach Judel Pocampara very happy with his boys' performance for today's a big 78-37 lead with about a minute remaining in our fourth and final period as Kirante enters the game for this PUP Radical squad, number 4. Amor is also in the game. Diokino, Sonsona, and Ramirez on the other end. It's Galicia, Samus, Acorda, Manalo, and Solomon for the Admirals. They're going to end this game with about a minute as Acorda. Beautiful use of the pivot on that play.
Nice little post move from Acorda. And you like to think, where was that the whole game?
And just a little too late for the Admirals as Sonsona gets it. Ramirez chasing that ball. The big boy finishing that lefty layup.
And the recipe for success here for PUP. Force a turnover, get out on transition. Easy 2 points.
Samus crosses. Hesitates. Gives it. This is Galicia. Driving with his left. Passes it to no one, and Kirante just losing the handle on the rock.
Kirante was already looking up, looking for someone to pass the ball to. Not really taking care of that basketball.
As 80-39 is the score, a big 41-point lead for this PUP Radical squad. Samus tries the floater, wala pa rin yun. Amor with the pass fake. Sonsona pushing it with a low pickup to the left-handed finish.
Strong move by the big boy Sonsona.
Samus trying to draw a foul, gets doubled. And my goodness, this PUP Radicals full court press until now. Arceo pulls. No good. Sonsona forward pass. And just about 2 seconds left. This ball game is over at the end. Our score is 82-39 in favor of the PUP Radical squad. A big performance from their stars. A full team effort para sa kanila. Started with the defense. And they ended with a big W in today's game. Once again, 82-39 is the score. The Radicals now 2-1 in our Far East basketball tournament. Meanwhile, this PMI Admiral squad 0-2. Losing 2 in a row and a big heartbreaking loss para sa kanila ngayon. A lot of pointers that they need to talk about for today's matchup under Coach Al Alemenya.
There's going to be a lot of game tape to be broken down here for PMI, and they really need to address the turnover problem that they've had the past 2 games. It's been very high. You'll see very soon the proponent of this big win for PUP, the head of the table, the head of the snake. That's going to be Jeff Monteloyola.
And Monteloyola came up big in their first game, struggled in their second game against the AUF team, but now with a quick bounce back game para sa kanila, leading the way for his team on the defensive end, on the offensive end. He did everything for them, just like in that first game.
And looking at the stats here for Monteloyola, again, very efficient. 18 points in 18 minutes of playing time. That's a point a minute for Monteloyola. 18 points, 5 steals, an assist, really taking over the scoring responsibilities when Rivera fouled out in that early in the third quarter.
And Rivera also was really a key player for this team, providing energy, really infectious for his team. But back to Jet Monteloyola, only scoring about 6 points in their last game, shooting field goal percentage at 18%. So a big bounce back game para sa kanya. He's going to be leading the way for this PUP Radicals team. As Coach Chodel Pacampara mentioned, he is one of their main guys on this roster, one of their main shooters. So yan talaga ang aabangan natin for this game. A big blowout win for this PUP Radicals squad. A lot of players coming up big in their matchup today. But really, it was the defense that proved to win them this game, as this PMI Admiral squad gonna need to talk things over, try to clean up a lot of things for their next matchup. But speaking of Jet Monteleola, let's throw it over to our courtside reporter, Miss Angelica Sarmiento, for the interview with the best player of the game.
Yes, beside me is Jet Monteleola, our best player of the game once again. And you scored 18 points, 1 assist, and 5 steals. So, Jet, kanina banggit mo sa akin that you had a problem with the communication inside the court in your previous game. And looking in your game right now, sa tingin mo ba na-fix yun na yung naging problem nyo?
Medyo na-ayos na po namin kahit paano yung mga pagkukulang namin tungkol sa communication. Tapos mas nag-adjust po kami ng maayos.
At simula pa lang ng season, pero ito na yung pangalawang beses mo nag-best player of the game. Sa tingin mo, ano ang sikreto ng isang Monteleola?
Ano lang po, dahil po sa mga kakampi ko, kaya nagbe-best player po. Ayun po. Papasalamat din po sa nila, sa mga kakampi ko. Yan lang.
Maraming salamat. Baka meron ka din gustong batiin or i-shout out.
Yun lang po yung gusto ko lang po batiin ay magpasalamat sa Panginoon na binigay po sa amin uli yung panalo na to. Tapos nagpapasalamat po kila Coach Dan, Coach Odel, Coach Bonnie, lalo po kay Coach Puji, tapos sa 4Bs, tsaka kay President Mui, tsaka kay sa mga mama at papa ko po, tsaka sa pamilyang Monteleola, Medina, tsaka kay Ashley Malagueño, yun lang po.
Maraming salamat and once again, congratulations sa iyo at sa PUP Radicals. Back to you guys.
So thanks for that, Angelica. You heard it right there. Jet Monteleola, the player of the game, led the way for his team. But let's take a look at the upcoming game, our fourth and final game of the day, featuring the Arandia College Rhinos versus the Philippine International College Commandos. Yan ang final game natin ngayon, the fourth game of the day. And as the echoes of the final buzzer fade away, we bid a farewell to that clash between the PUP Radicals versus the PMI Admirals. On behalf of Coach Mark Dandan, Angelica Sarmiento, and the entire dedicated crew behind the scenes, this was Aaron D. Deeply honored to have guided you through today's action, and we hope you keep the support for your Far East Basketball League strong. Kami naman.